Is Jokic going to win MVP? The Thunder are rolling. Kawhi is out, and we have a lot to talk about. If you watch this page, you know that I am someone who typically is on here every day, recording, stuff like that. Unfortunately, if you've been here a while, you know that I said a while back that I was dealing with TMJD. Unfortunately, I am still dealing with it pretty severely. I have a lot of symptoms, sadly. And I'm seeing a whole bunch of, specialists and getting MRIs and, all those things. So, with that being said, I don't like to tell you guys, those kind of things, because it's not your problem. And, that's why I'm like out of breath. Because it's like I can barely open my jaw, and it's not, something I want you guys to come to this page for. You come to this page for NBA content. But I'm only telling you because I haven't been on here in like 5 days, and that's because it's just been so severe these past few days especially. I couldn't even get on here, so I'm sorry. I wish I could be on here all the time, but right now it's like really, really difficult. So if in between, sentences or maybe a couple sentences I like take a minute break, that's why, because I'm like out of breath, because it's just like my jaw doesn't want to be open this long. So I apologize. I'm gonna do my best to get through this. I was like, I have to record. It's just been too long. Like, despite the fact that I'm in pain, I'm like, I'm just gonna push through it. So I'm gonna take a second break, and then we will talk about the topic. Okay. So first, let's talk about Jokic. Jokic is putting up MVP caliber numbers, and he's averaging a triple-double. 29 points per game, and over 10 assists and over 11 or 12 rebounds per game. So Jokic is, not that we should be surprised, because we know Jokic always does his thing, but that and Denver is winning, obviously. I know we say this about a lot of players, but Jokic seems to just be getting better and better. And I think that's because in the NBA, the more experience you have, the easier it is to, be able to put up those kind of stats. Like, I feel like when we talk about, LeBron, Steph Curry, they're always my references. Yes, when they are, 27 years old or whatever, 28, 29, they are in their prime in terms of like, speed and all that kind of stuff. But when you hit your 30s, you also can get stronger. So you tend to have more strength, as long as you work out. And on top of that, you have more of the IQ of the game. So like, even though you may not have the same speed that you may have had at 25, you may be more effective because you have, the IQ and the strength and other things that help you, get around the potential, not having as much speed and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So for Jokic, not that he was ever so fast, which is kind of, ironic that I'm talking about speed, but Jokic, is developing, and again, he's always had obviously great IQ, but like still, every year you learn something new. So Jokic, it's like the 28 triple-double is easier for him now than maybe like 3 years ago. Because I feel like you could say, maybe like 3 years ago, we kind of, I guess as a collective, we're like, hold on, I need a minute break. I gotta breathe. If you didn't come here in the beginning, go back and watch why I need a minute to breathe, but just give me a second. I just need to recoup. It's kind of funny, you guys watching me breathe on live stream. I'm sorry, that's the only way I can get through this. Someone said take your time, thank you. Yeah, if you were here in the beginning, you know that I'm having severe jaw issues, so it's really hard to speak. And so I need to take breaks. But I had to come on live. There was no way I was going another day without coming on live. Okay. Okay. So, for Jokic, we used to talk about, like, he seemed kind of reluctant in a way to score. Like, scoring was his last option. And now it's like passing and rebounding, and now all the scoring is just like second nature as well, if that makes sense. So, like, for Jokic, that 28-point triple-double seems like it really does seem like it's really easy for him, and that's why he's a top MVP candidate, along with obviously Shea and Giannis. If you watch this page, you know I think Cade Cunningham right now is my MVP. Before the season started, I picked Cade Cunningham as my kind of favorite / dark horse, because obviously, you know, the favorites were Shea, Jokic, Giannis, who are obvious and they are doing their thing. But Cade was my pick, and I'm still with Cade. Look what the Pistons are doing. So, but Jokic, doing his thing. Okay. Somebody said Wembanyama next MVP. He's another candidate. He was cooking last night. Well, he's cooking every night. The Warriors end up winning, but Wemby had... Okay, at the end of the game, if you watched... This is so annoying having to take breaks between sentences. Driving me nuts. At the end of the game, Steph Curry had a crazy, insane behind-the-back pass, if you watch the game, to Jimmy or GP2, I forgot who it was. But Wemby blocked it. I did not see that block coming. Like, Wemby, he's crazy. Let's quickly talk about Kawhi. Kawhi is out. He's been out with a foot sprain. The Clippers are in like 12th place right now. They're not in a good spot, obviously. Bradley Beal is out. This was the problem with the Clippers, that we all were like, are they going to make it? Because is Kawhi going to make it? And I was, kind of like 50-50, like, I don't know, but also I was kind of hopeful. And he's already out with the foot sprain, and they say it's pretty significant. He's going to take some time. Clippers, what are you going to do? It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Like, I don't know what they're going to do this summer, but I said, one second, I got to breathe. Sorry, everybody. Believe me, it's more annoying for me than it is for you. Like, I just want to speak without resistance or pain, but I'm trying. Okay. I don't know what they're going to do this summer, but if Kawhi is not healthy majority of the season and they don't make the playoffs and stuff like that, we may be seeing a new Clippers team next year. That's all I'm saying. They need Kawhi. They really need KAWHI. Someone said, hope you feel better soon. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I'll just say one more time for people who weren't here in the beginning. I have been experiencing severe TMJ issues, TMJD, which D is for dysfunction. And so I've had that since August now, but it's gotten severe. And so that's why I haven't been on live stream, despite me like wanting to go on live so bad, because it just like doesn't even let me. It's just like it's really immobilizing, if that's the right word. So my jaw barely opens. That's why it's barely opening, as you can see while I'm talking. But I refuse to not go live for you guys. Like, I missed being on here and talking. And so I really appreciate everyone, sticking by while, I'm unfortunately having like days where I don't record, where I record every day. That is my thing, to record basically every day because I love it. And having to take breaks in between sentences, like, really frustrating, but I'm getting through this live stream, and I'm gonna try my best to record as much as I can. I'm really trying. Okay. The thunder. Someone said, good to see you for real. It's been a while. Yeah, I've been really trying. It's tough. It's really tough. Someone said, I'm sorry, what is TMJ? Clearly painful, hope you get better. So TMJ are the joints in your jaw that control your jaw. So like, the opening and closing of your jaw, talking, eating, using your jaw. Like, those are the joints. And so you can imagine, like, if you like break your foot, right? You can't move your foot. So like, I didn't break my joints, if that makes sense, because I don't think you can break it. I mean, I guess you can break it, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's really complicated. Like, your TMJ is like connected to everything inside your body. I don't want to get into a whole a lesson on, neurological and physical. I don't want to do that to you guys. But I know pretty much, I know so much there is to know about the whole system and how it works now. And I was pretty in tune with, my body and, how things work in general. But you can just look up your TMJ joint. It's what you need to be able to speak, talk, eat, and on top of other things. So I'm having dysfunction of it, and I'm hoping it gets better soon. But I appreciate everyone who's like saying thank you, who's saying like, I hope I get better, and I appreciate all of you guys. And right now, like, it's on fire. I can feel it, but I'm gonna get through this live stream. So anyway, so now the Thunder are rolling. Like, they are cooking. Shay is still doing his thing. I said that I thought the Thunder might have like kind of championship hangover where they would still be good, but like they wouldn't necessarily be number one. I said they would probably end up number two, but they're rolling and they're beating everybody. Someone said your thoughts on Nico firing. Oh yeah, I'm like, this is what I mean. I haven't been on live stream so long. There's so many topics I haven't talked about, and that's also so annoying that like there are only so many I can get through in one live stream. I feel like we kind of all saw the Nico firing coming eventually. None of us understand the Luka trade. I mean, they know things that we didn't know, fair enough, fine, but like, the Luka trade is wasn't a good look, regardless. So I feel like, the writing was kind of on the wall eventually. Willie Harris. Willie Green was fired too. That's shocking to me. I don't think it's his fault that the Pelicans are, 2-10 or whatever. So I am shocked that they fired him. Someone said Nico even saw it coming. Yeah, that was insane with AD and Kyrie being out. Yeah, the worst part was that as soon as he made the trade and the first game that Anthony Davis played, he was like on fire. He was cooking. And then he goes out in the third quarter. It like it's just like, how does that happen? Someone said, how many cookies can you bake in 3 years if you've had 6 ovens running 24/7? Good question. Somebody answer that, because I'm not answering that. Because I'm not doing that math right now. And I don't even know if there's actual an answer to that. Someone said most underrated player in the league right now. Most underrated player? I mean, there's so many underrated players, honestly. Well, if you watch this page, you know that I think Norman Powell's underrated, and he is doing his thing in Miami. He should have been an all-star last year, could be this year. There's so many other underrated players, honestly. Trying to think of, all the players. So, honestly, there's so many of them. If you watch the Warriors, well, he's out now. But Jonathan Kuminga has been on fire all year for them. So that you could classify him as, underrated. Jalen Duren. Hold on. Let's talk about Jalen Duren for a second. I know we're talking about Cade, and Cade, I think Cade is, potentially the MVP right now, but Jalen Duren is on fire for the Pistons, too. He's not really getting any love, but, Jalen Duren, underrated right now. You should be watching him. Someone said Hawks playing well without Trey. Yeah, they definitely, without Trey, they need to keep it going because they need him. Ow, I just hit the wall. They obviously still got Dyson Daniels, and they obviously picked up Porzingis in the offseason. If you watch the page, I'm a fan of Onyeka Okongwu. I think Onyeka Okongwu is an underrated player, and I feel like he does not get enough love. I feel like when people talk about the Hawks, we obviously talk about Trae Young, of course. And now when we talk about the Hawks, everyone talks about Jalen Johnson, who I thought could have been an all-star last year. And then Dyson Daniels, the Great Barrier Reef, which is an awesome, awesome nickname, by the way. That's like one of my favorite nicknames in the league. Great Barrier Thief, sorry. Whatever it is. my brain is not working right now, but I think it's Great Barrier Thief. Because obviously he's really good at stealing the ball. But Onyeka Okongwu is a very underrated player, very good. He is reliable, and I feel like he does not get enough recognition for what he does. He's not going to put up crazy stats, but he is reliable. Someone said, morning, I'm in Rwanda. I love you and follow you, so thanks. Oh, hello from Rwanda. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the content. Someone said, Tyrese Maxey straight hooping right now. Yeah, Maxey. Hey, if you watch this page, because I haven't talked about VJ Edgecombe, I said VJ Edgecombe was going to be the best player in that draft. And we've seen VJ Edgecombe do some things to start the season. So, someone says, I don't know players, I just play the sport. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoy playing basketball. So, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I can come back on tomorrow. Hopefully my jaw lets me. So thank you guys so, so much. It was so nice to be back on here. I am so happy right now. So thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed, and see you soon. Bye.